Hello everyone and welcome back to another For the Love of Commander podcast. My name is Alex.
And my name's Martin.
And today we're doing something a little different. We're responding to an EDH tag challenge from Paul from the Planeswalker project.
Shout out to Paul.
So, with that out of the way, we'll dive straight in. And we're starting with what decks me and Martin actually own.
So I'll go first as I have the most decks. I have a Merrin of Clan Neltoth, which is just green-black, enter the battlefield triggers, value creatures, bring them back and kill them over and over again. I've got a Sidisi Brood Tyrant deck, which is all about self-mill and zombie love. A Breya Ethereum Shaper deck, which is all about the artifacts. It's got no infinite combos or anything like that, it's just purely artifact-based.
Doesn't stop you getting hated out the game straight away.
Yeah, it's true. I've got a Felden of the Third Path deck, which is Robot Eldrazi Reanimator. It's a very fun deck. I know the Professor's fond of his as well.
Yeah. The key to that deck is you kill Felden, and you don't stop killing Felden.
It does get silly very quickly. I've got an Edgar Markov deck, which is just pure vampires, but it's more higher cost value vampires than the typical aggro vampires you tend to find. I've got a Geshath Sun's Avatar deck, which is all about tribal dinos. A Seton Crozon Protector deck, which is Tribal Druids, an Arcades the Strategist deck, which is Tribal Defenders, and lastly a new one is Lord Windgrace, which is all about those landfall triggers.
Moving on to my decks, we have my Aminato the Fate Shifter deck, which is top deck Blink, Tuvasa, which is my Enchantment Voltron deck, Gave, with his +1/+1 counter synergies and tokens, Animar, which is Morph, inspired by Jimmy from Game Nights, which his was inspired by someone else whose name I'll flash up on the screen because I feel very rude not remembering it. Thrasios and Sadir Kondo for Bant Merfolk, which, yes, I know Tuvasa is a Bant Merfolk, but I like Thrasios, leave me alone.
Unblockable Merfolks.
Unblockable Merfolks. Muldrotha, my Scrooge McDuck deck, because it's all about the value. Atraxa Super Friends, because, yes, I am that person. And Mizzix's Win Conditions are too mainstream, which runs cards like Blatant Thievery and Expropriate.
It's just me.
It is, I love it. So, what are we working on?
I'm working on a Brudiclad Telcore Engineer Tokens deck, so I've scrapped out the artifact side and just put a lot of token generators in, so that'll be fun if it's successful.
And I'm also playing an Izzet Commander, or working on one, Saheeli, but I'm not making her as much artifacts, I'm more making her artifacts building Eldrazi, for her other +1 ability to make Kozilek cost nothing.
So we've basically taken...
We've taken Saheeli apart and made two decks out of it.
Split into two, yeah. Cool.
The next category is the most expensive card that we own.
So I have an Ugin's Fate, Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which I don't know what it's worth at the moment, but
it'll be on screen.
I don't have anything of any value, so that's definitely the one that stands out above the rest.
The card that I own with the most value is Plateau, the one dual land I own that I was able to procure from a very good friend of mine just before they spiked. Sorry, Sam.
So what are our favourite board wipes?
I always go back and forth on this. It's either Terminus, because Terminus, or Decree of Pain, because I love drawing cards.
And my favourites are Phyrexian Rebirth, because I like killing the board and having a creature at the end of it that's bigger if there's more things to kill. Seems like some good value. And an old classic, Wrath of God. I know Damnation is strictly better, but Wrath of God is physically cheaper to purchase.
It is good.
So...
Wait, hold on. Not that Wrath of God. That Wrath of God, there we go. Now moving on to the darker side of EDH. What cards do you hate to play against?
So, as you can probably tell from the decks that I own, I run a lot of Reanimator and Graveyard-based decks. So, anything from Scavenging Ooze, Rest in Peace, anything that ruins my day, really. Yeah, I hate playing against that kind of thing. I know it's not a broken or unfun thing, but it just shuts me down entirely.
So cards like Blood Moon or Stony Silence, they just turn off a lot of decks from actually working.
Yeah.
The cards that I hate to play against are something like Food Chain, which I have no problem with combos in EDH, that's perfectly acceptable, but it does just mean for the rest of the game I have 3 less mana because it has to now be kept open forever for my Crossing Grip.
Whereas I enjoy playing against those kind of decks because it means Alex is 3 mana down for the entire game, and it does mean that he will sort it out, and I don't have to worry about it. So.
Saving your life and I still get hit for it.
Favourite colours to play?
White, blue, obviously.
And black-green for me.
It has come to my attention that beyond Aminato, I don't actually own a white... Oh, Atraxa's white-blue.
Yeah, but Atraxa's just everything.
Still counts. Least favourite colour? Red.
White.
Red is terrible in Commander.
Felden would like a word of you.
Felden is colourless with a splash of red.
So
come at me with your Perforos lists.
Whereas I don't own a deck that's less than 3 colours that has white in it, so there's more of a splash in every one of my decks.
And finally, the archetype we hope gets some support or takes off from the ground.
So I would like to see some tribal beast support. I know there are several cards out there at the moment that do care about beasts. For example, we've got the land Contested Cliffs, which is red-green tap, target beast you control fights target creature and opponent controls, so we've got the land sorted. We've got cards like Krosan Warchief, which say beast spells cost 1 less to cast and 2 mana to regenerate a beast. Totem Speaker, when a beast comes into play you may gain 3 life. And Wirewood Savage, whenever a beast enters the battlefield you may draw a card. So we have the support there, but we're lacking a commander, which is kind of annoying. I want it to be Naya and either make beasts cheaper or give beasts a buff. Something beastly.
Be careful what you wish for.
I just like beasts. There's so many powerful ones out there and there's nowhere to really stick them.
When was the last time someone asked for a good tribal commander and it wasn't terrible?
Yeah, Najila.
Fair.
But before then, yes, Werewolf Server 1 and
Oh
2.
god, let's not talk about that.
Oh, yeah. And yours?
I personally want, as anyone knows, I only ask for a lot of stuff, but primarily I like creatures that do things at instant speed, particularly being flashy. And the idea of this is ninjas.
But we just had a ninja commander, Alex.
Yes, we do have Yuriko, but quite frankly I hate ninjutsu. I hate ninjutsu with a burning passion. Ninjas should be flashy and get in there. It's very hard to argue to sink mana into something to make it unblockable to then flash in Ninja of the Deep Hours just to draw a card.
And there aren't that many ninjas printed, are there?
There are 12 ninjas. There are 11 with ninjutsu. That is it.
So would it be reasonable if they just printed more ninjas and more cards that supported ninjas rather than redesigning the ninja mechanic?
I just want a ninja that has the word flash on it. Is that so much to ask?
So that's it for our EDH tag. We hope you enjoyed a bit of insight from us.
A very nice, short, sweet episode.
So we're going to tag a few people in for this challenge to keep it going. So I'm going to tag Collectomania, BT Game Night, On the Stack, Mana Down Under, and MCG Mudster.
Yes, we want to see what decks you have, how many decks you have, and how much money have we all lost this brutal card game. And with that, that'll be it. That's another episode of For the Love of Commander podcast. We will see you next time, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter @4Commander. We'll see you next time.
Bye.